What is going on, people? What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? Your boy the Beast here. We're going to be talking about some basketball and other generic stuff. So here we go. Intro music, please. Here we go. What is going on, people? The Beast is back with you again. It is basketball season, and I'm ready. I am about 51 minutes away from drafting a ESPN fantasy basketball team for the No Jumpers on Jane Street League, which is pretty much all my boys in Toronto that I went to school with. Middle school, high school, elementary school. All these guys are in. And we're going to have a good time this season. Last season, I didn't really participate, I think because of the COVID and all that stuff. But this season, I'm all in, ready to go. And I was moving and stuff like that. So we're here and we're talking basketball right now. I'll hopefully get some of these guys into the mix because they're talking all this smack like they're going to win. I'm like, yo, do you know who you're playing against right now? They can't. Anyways, and I just realized the draft order was released. I'm looking at it right now, and your boy the Beast is pick number 1. The question is, who does Tokes pick for number 1? There is no doubt about who I'm picking, and that's the Greek Freak / Nigerian Nightmare, Giannis. That's who I'm taking right now. Okay, that's going to be taking number 1. I'm telling everybody right now, that's who I'm taking number 1. So we'll see. I mean, if the league is up in the air. There's a lot of good players, a lot of good teams. Parity in the league is amazing now. So I mean, it's up in the air with who has a chance of winning a championship and who has a chance of doing very well in the league. Got a lot of drama on some of these teams. Westbrook on the Lakers, and then all of a sudden, Pat Beverly got traded or signed. Was it traded or signed? One of the two. But he's on there too, and that's his arch nemesis, right? So you want to know if they can coexist. But at the same time, do you really want them to coexist, or do you want to kind of use one or the other as kind of trade bait to get somebody else you really want on your squad? I mean, again, all the sports across all the leagues are business first, right? You got to make that money. So one thing is, you want to get players or you want to get fans in the seats. So you get fans in the seats. Next thing, you got to put out a product that can keep these fans in the seats. Boom. And you do with superstars like LeBron, like AD, like Westbrook. And then finally, and I think it's finally, to me, you can, challenge me on what I'm saying here, but finally is the product, like the championship quality. I think honestly that's the last out of the 3 because again, a lot of these guys are all about making money. All these team owners, all about making money. Yes, championships are there, but they want a consistent money maker. And again, like I said, superstars make you money. And on the flip side, championships are nice, but players nowadays are trying to secure the bag, as most people say. They're trying to secure the bag, and they're trying to get the best contract that they can um, for longevity's sake. Because again, you can only play in a league for what? I mean, the most on average, 10 to 15 years in the basketball season. Football, 8 to 10 years maybe. You know, um, hockey again, 10 to 15 years. So you have a short window to be at your prime best to make the most amount of money and then, right off into sunset. Same with baseball, although baseball is not as strict, but it's still around 10 to 15 years you can play in that sport. until you start to deteriorate. Because again, age comes for everybody. Me, I played sports and I'm hurting right now. I'm a hurting unit after a knee injury from work. And it takes a toll on you. So the regimen that people do to keep in shape takes a lot out of it. I mean, since we're talking sports, I mean, I know we're not talking football, but I mean, look at the impact of the whole Tom Brady situation. Tom Brady is now possibly going through a divorce. I don't know if it's really legit, but I heard they're talking to divorce lawyers right now, and it's because the hard impact of being an athlete on that it takes on a family is tremendous. You don't see your husband or your partner, your kids don't see their father or their mother, depending what sport they're in, for X amount of months and hours because they're out perfecting their craft, which is their bread and butter, which is what they're making their millions on. So, and it hits some families harder than others. And again, Tom was ready to retire. He agreed to retire, but that drive in him says, "You know what? I can go one more. I didn't like that last season. I'm gonna go one more." And looks like Giselle was like, "No, not having it. We done." So now they're talking divorce. That's the biggest story when it comes to relationships and sports right now. But but yeah, I'm here. I was talking trash about my fellow competitors in this fantasy draft, and they're all scared pussies. That's right. I called you pussies. Skeet. So we'll see. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. Again, we're just talking ball. If you have questions or comments about anything basketball, hit me up. Let me know. I'm here live, both on all three. I'm on my personal Facebook. I'm on the Unleashed Podcast um, Facebook page as well as the Unleashed Podcast YouTube page. So feel free to hit me up if you got comments, if you got questions. I will try to answer them as best as I can. Or if you have topics, by all means, hit me up with any topics you have. I'm all here for it. I saw Monica. How you doing? How you doing? Ian's out there watching me on a cruise right now. He's enjoying his life, living his best life on a cruise. That's nice. Um, what else is going on? I wanted to do a podcast earlier on about some other type of topics going on in the world. I was on Instagram seeing some things. I was on TikTok seeing some things, but it's always the same thing. It's always the same thing, and it's almost like I don't even want to. I don't even want to freaking be on these platforms anymore because I mean I was talking to someone recently about how on one end women want to be looked at and represented uh, or looked at and now represented. I don't know if represented is the word. Just looked at as a professional being, as an equal, right? Yet that same woman will go on a on a TikTok platform and their talent is doing this, and then pop it up half naked. That is their talent. That is their claim to fame on TikTok. That is it. And that makes no sense to me whatsoever. And then people are complaining about how women are getting subject to criticism and so forth. I mean, you have a body. We get it. Everybody seems to have the same parts on the body, both male and female. I mean, if you want to, succeed, don't use your body like that to make that money. I mean, and that's another thing. They have all these cash apps and PayPal apps and links that they want people to send them money. But all they're doing is jumping up and down in scantily clad clothes. So I'm confused. What am I paying for? I can get that shit on for free on the internet. I don't have to watch you to do it. I don't have to pay anybody to watch that type of shit. But anyways, that's my 2 cents. Because, I mean, there's there was a very very interesting quote that I saw on Instagram. I'm not sure if I can pull it up, but I'm going to try to pull it up and share with you guys because I thought it was deep. I thought it made sense too because I've said multiple times how people do things to themselves or make themselves look a certain way. Again, I don't know if it was on Instagram. Yeah, it was. Okay, so it was on Instagram. So let me see if I can get you guys seeing my second screen real quick. Let's see how I want to do this. I want to present. I want to share my screen. I want to do this. I want to do this. There you go. This is what I want to do. Okay, so here's what I want to show you guys. Okay, here's the video that I was watching. So bear with me. Let me see if I can pull it up here.
My queen, my soulmates. These times man can see you for $4.99 a month, bruv.
Yeah, but then
Netflix is £10, bruv.
Yeah, but then
Netflix is £10. That means my girl's is worth less than Netflix, bruv. That's mad. How can you be my wife, my queen, my soulmate? These times man can see you for $4.99 a month, bruv.
Yeah, but then
I'm gonna stop right there. See what I mean? So this guy made a point. Says, "Yo, there's people who are on OnlyFans and they're sending out memberships to their OnlyFans for $4.99, $6.99, or $6 whatever. And meanwhile, actual content like Netflix is like 10 to 12, $20 a pop. So you're telling me you're cheaping yourself to that much to make money? Are you serious? Yo, take some value in yourself. You know, you're more than that. Definitely, you're more than that. And it bothers me how people just are quick to make a buck for the wrong reasons or the wrong way, I guess. I mean, do something that you're you're good at. I mean, again, like if that's the industry you're in, more power to you. But OnlyFans can be used totally differently. There's so much ways you can use OnlyFans and all these platforms to make some decent money. There's a lot of dancers, a lot of stand-up comedians, some chefs, gamers, people who have podcasts, radio shows. Some people do trick shots like crazy. I mean, there's a guy that would be doing attempt after attempt after attempt after attempt, and you would see you see the 100th attempt, and all of a sudden he hits it. I mean, that's something that people like to see, right? But again, that's why I guess they call it, it's the hashtag FYP for you page or whatnot. So if you like it, you'll click on it and it'll show you more of that content. So if you're a horny dog, you're just all seeing that, I guess that's it. But again, I've steered away from all those types of pages because they just don't tickle my fancy. I would like to see, like I guess when I go on my TikTok, I see a lot of comedy skits. I see a lot of coming home. Those videos where the officers or the people in the military are coming home to see their family. Those are nice, heartwarming videos to watch. What else do I watch? I mean, some gaming, some sports, a lot of sports uh, 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 content that I see. The kind of the behind the scenes stuff that's there. Man, I'm sick of this whole. I had COVID a couple weeks back, and this lasting um, cough is not going away. And people say sometimes that's never going to go away because of the fact that you have COVID and it has hit you in a way that you can't really fully recover from. Speaking of recovery, I mean, I know I'm just talking and jabbering, but you know, these whack ass guys off of Jane Street don't want to freaking come talk to me. They don't want to come talk to me. That's all right. They don't want to talk with me on here. That's all right. But yeah, I was trying to get the information for my knee injury. I had an MRI on the 5th of October, and the doctor said they were going to call me back on the 13th at 7:20 a.m. to give me my results. I said, okay. I'm up at that time, and I'm the thing is my morning routine is to get my daughter going for daycare, and again, it does take some time to get Talon in the motion, right, and getting her through the morning routine. But again, my phone is mostly on silent or vibrate, and for some reason, the phone systems now are blocking, I guess, unknown calls or private calls. Some of them do, I don't know, and I didn't hear a ringer at all or a vibrate. Usually, it kind of shoots to my watch when I have it, and I missed the call twice, one at 7:30 and the other one at 8:10. So then I called today saying, "Hey, can I get the results of this MRI?" It says, "Yeah, we tried calling you. Does your phone block private numbers?" Says, "Yes, they do." I said, "Okay, we're sorry," but she did make attempts, and then she said that the doctor is now booked until November, so I can't uh, I can't get my results until November, whatever. I'm like, dude. I mean, in my head, I'm thinking I'm on accommodated, duties. I don't want to be on accommodated duties, for that long because I wanted to figure out what's wrong, get back into training, get myself back in shape, and get back to a normal lifestyle. But no, I'm here limping like a freaking 60-year-old man because my knee's not 100%. I can't do most of the things I want to do in my house because I have a wonky knee. So if I lift things a certain way or step on a stair wrong way, it buckles out. So I need that fixed. And now it's frustrating how the system works here that I now have to wait another month to get a phone call to tell me what the results are. But again, luckily, the physiotherapy location called me, asked me about a follow up of when I'm going to go see them next. Uh, and with doing that, they said they can actually ask for release of that information to them so they can know how to deal with me when it comes to rehabbing. So I'm like, okay, so what I need to do? Well, I need to go over there, sign a release letter saying that they are giving them I'm giving them permission to get that information so they can go on and proceed with what's the next thing to do. So hopefully I get that information to them and they can give me my uh, results and we can figure out what is next for your boy the beast. Well, I got another 34 minutes until this draft, and like I said, I already told my pick. My pick is Giannis Antetokounmpo. That guy is Nigerian through and through, but he speaks Greek. Toronto loves Giannis. When he went to Giannis, I mean, the Greek people went out of their way to see this man. They even stayed after the fact and hung up. When I think it was his first year, I saw them, crowding him around and just singing and dancing in Greek, and I'm like, wow, this guy's a legend. Speaking of legends, I don't know if anybody watched the Redeem documentary. I thought that was a treat. I mean, during the pandemic, everybody watched. Well, if you were a sports fan, watched the whole Last Dance saga, and that was epic. Showed us a lot of things behind the scenes stuff with Michael Jordan and the Bulls, Scottie Pippen, Dennis Rodman, Steve Kerr, all these guys. You saw the behind the scenes stuff, and now the Redeem thing kind of was Kobe's kind of swan song uh, uh, to let him kind of go into superstardom because of the fact that no one thought he was how he was on and off the court. At that time frame, he was deemed a very selfish player, and he was all in it for himself. And turns out his work ethic was so addicting that the teammates that he was playing with on the U.S. team, you know, got on board and wanted to be better because again, the Redeem team was because again they failed to win gold medals that they thought they would get easy against the rest of the world, and there wasn't. So that's why that team was, deemed the Redeem team. So when the Black Mamba came out and took some people, I want to see he even took people under his wing though. He just did him, getting up at 4:30 in the morning, go to the gym and working out, then going to the court, shooting around and coming back and resting. And doing it again at night. People thought he was crazy, but yeah, in the end, he was just him. He was just him, and that was infectious. And he kind of set the bar for these guys to be better, to be great. So you won't have um, the greatness that you have because of just their talent. I think each and every one of those guys are better because they played and trained with Kobe Bryant. So when they talk the greatest basketball players of all time, if you don't have Kobe Bryant up there, I'm sorry, you're lost. I know people, claim that some people haven't never saw Bill Russell play, or they didn't see Will Chamberlain play, or they didn't watch Larry Bird or Michael Jordan play. But you know what? When it comes to looking at the GOAT in any sport, you see there the the stats plus the impact is what you really base everything on. So think about it. Guys in my fantasy league, they posted a picture. Um, I hope I can share. I'm not sure if I can actually share it, but it says here, who belongs on the Raptors Mount Rushmore? And there are 8 names with only 4 spots. And we got Chris Bosh, Vince Carter, DeMar DeRozan, Kawhi Leonard, Kyle Lowry, Tracy McGrady, Damon Stoudemire, and Mr. Siakam. Now, again, my choices, as I posted in the chat, were Kyle Lowry, Vince Carter, DeMar DeRozan, and Kawhi Leonard. The reason I state that is because, again, Kyle Lowry was the heart of the Raptors through and through. I mean, he ate, he bled, he cried, he did everything he could in the time he was there to get his team to a championship. And they did, right? They did. So, by all means, he's the greatest Raptor of all time. Then I went next with Vince Carter, and Vince Carter is pretty much the architect of the popularity of the Raptors, right? So, um, VC, Air Canada, all the stuff he did in the 2000 dunk contest put put Toronto on the map for notice. So you have to give that man props for bringing the national eye to a non-American franchise. I mean, yes, they didn't, win a championship, and they, knocked out in the playoffs. But again, he brought everybody to their feet when they played, and it was interesting. It was fun to watch him play. So that's why I put him there. Um, Next, DeMar DeRozan, again, heart of the team for a very, very long time. I thought he was a grinder. I think he was underappreciated, but he did his best for with what he's got, and he was, and you saw it. I mean, there's times where he was just flat out burnt out and run down, but he still gave it his all. That's my take. I think he was one of those grinders that uh, made magic with playing in Toronto. And then lastly, you have Kawhi Leonard, and everybody knows the shot. He made that team not only a playoff contender, but a championship team because of his presence, the intimidation, his actual skill. I mean, you put those two together, then yes, you're definitely gonna, you know, gravitate to what he's eating, what he's cooking with. So from there, uh, he took the squad to a championship, and with the help with Lowry and others on there. But again, there is no, I don't believe there is a championship in Toronto without Kawhi Leonard. So those are my 4 Mount Mount Rushmore players for the Raptors. If you think any difference, type in the comments. Let me know. If you're on YouTube, if you're on Facebook, let me know if you think that is right or wrong, or if you have another 4 that you want to tell me about. I got about 27 minutes until the draft starts. I don't think I'll stay on during the draft because it might take a bit long. It's about what? There's about 2 guards, 2 forwards, a center. Sorry, 3 guards, 3 forwards, a center, 3 utility players, which are just kind of like any type of position, almost like a flex. And then we got 3 bench players in the end. So 13 players in total. Um, and hopefully I will do well this time around. My goal is to do well. I mean, I want to win. Currently, with my football franchise, I am not doing as well. Um, oh, look at that. A friend of mine has just posted a beautiful rainbow that is being seen from their apartment balcony. And with all that, I mean, I'm living in Winnipeg, so I mean, when you're seeing a rainbow at at 6:30 p.m. when it just snowed and rained most of the day, that's a blessing. I mean, that means you had a good day. You had a good day. So yeah, shout out to Trisha showing me that amazing picture. It's nice, very nice to see. It's been snowing, it's been raining, it's been cold, um, and it's almost like you don't know how to dress. And then all of a sudden it's sunny. It was. I had at least all 4 seasons happen in a day today, and that's usually what it takes. That's what happens here in Winnipeg. You get all 4 seasons all in one shot. Crazy. Crazy. You get up in the morning. Oh, it looks like it's a bit cold. You put on a hoodie. You go inside, do whatever you need to do. Come outside. It is snowing like crazy. I'm like, oh shoot. All right. Put on the cap and pick out the crappy running shoes, and then you go off and run. Do your errands or go to work or whatever. And then you're halfway through the day. It's sun is shining and the weather is sweet. And I'm like, damn. So now you're hot. So you take off the sweater. All right. Then all of a sudden it turns to rain. It starts raining again. I'm like, oh, great. So that's that's Winnipeg weather for you, and you could be ready for it. Then all of a sudden, you can't be ready for it. It's just crazy like that. It is crazy like that. Because I mean, at this point, I'm ready. I just put everything in the back of my car and just hope for the best. Because there's one thing that you have to be prepared. And when I first moved here, I was not prepared. I can tell a story, and my buddy Josh, if he's listening or watching or whatever, he can definitely attest to this. I was driving my BMW to work. Okay, I did have a BMW. I had a ride. That was nice. It was sexy. But again, we won't talk about the story about the BMW. But anyways, I was driving to work, and it was in the winter, and the roads in Winnipeg are horrible. So I don't even know why I was even driving a BMW in Winnipeg. But lo and behold, I was driving the BMW in the winter, driving to work, and I hit it. I hit something, and I had a flat. I'm like, okay, no problem. Big strong ton, they can definitely do it, right? Not knowing how cold it can get in Winnipeg, so I wasn't prepared. So I went out there. I brought my tire iron out, tried to, you know, turn this thing and jack this thing up, and I'm like, I can't, I can't. I tried again, went in my car, warmed up, went back out. I can't. To the point where tears were coming out of my eyes. The cold was making me cry. I was crying, a grown ass man, 30 plus years old, crying because it was cold outside. So then I'm like, you know what? I need to call some help. So I'm like, I'm new to the city, but I have a few friends at the time. Like, man, who could I call? So I called the boy genius, Josh. Call him up, saying, Josh, I need your help. I need to change the tire. I just can't do it. So he comes out in his purple Grand Dam. Boom. Comes out. Says, yo, he says, I got this. You go stand in that shopper's drug mart and warm up. I got this. This boy's a young man. I mean, I'm an old man. He's a young kid. And he's in here with his gloves and he's just ripping around, whipping around, ripping around. I'm like, man, I'm impressed. And he got that fixed by himself. I feel a bit demasculated because I couldn't help him out. But I'm like, shit, I've never dealt with cold like this in my life. So again, if you're coming to Winnipeg, please be prepared. If you're coming to winter, please be prepared that it can get colder than Mars. Yes, this is true. It was recorded that in Winnipeg it was below 50 degrees Celsius. I think even went down to like 55, minus 55 degrees Celsius. So it can hit like that. It ain't no joke. But again, over the years, you kind of build yourself and accustomed to that cold. So now, some days I'm like, hey, hoodie, some gloves, and I'm good. It could be minus 30. Sometimes it's minus 4. So I'm like, you know what? Better yet, I'm not even going outside. I'm just going to stay inside because it's that cold. But if I'm at work and I'm doing my thing, yeah, I'm a bit more prepared, but I can actually handle it a bit better than I used to. So I'm now used to the Winnipeg weather, and I'm not looking forward to what's coming. But I mean, I heard a lot of snow coming our way. A lot of snow. All right, so I see Alan is in the chat there. He's excited that he has the 10th pick. Again, I told you guys I have the first pick, so hopefully I have a great draft. What else is going on here? I don't even know. Anybody have anything they want to talk about? Let me know. Shoot me a message if you can, private or public. I'm down. Let me know what's on people's minds. Because I would love to talk about. I mean, I got tons of things I would like to talk about, but I mean, I want them to be relevant to the show. I know we're talking sports. My team, I'm in 3 fantasy football leagues, and I recently, I think I got, I'm in last place in one of them. That's for sure. Let me see if I can find it. Yeah, I'm in last place in the Any Given Drunk Day with the boys in Ontario, and I think, yeah, there's most of the guys in Ontario. Sorry, I don't know why I didn't let me sign in. So yeah, so no, my team is no drinks here because I don't drink. Yeah, it is what it is, and I'm currently in last place, 1-4. So I'm shitting the bed. Okay, I'm shitting the bed. But there I am in other leagues, and for Dell's league, which is Beast Nation of my team, I have bumped up, and I am currently in what place? What place am I in right now? I am currently in 6th place. I did start off pretty bad there, but I'm 3-2 on that league, and then finally I have one more league here, Team Unleashed, and from that league I am currently 3rd place with a 3-2 record. So again, across the board, I'm here. I enjoy sports. Like, since I can't play, I might as well uh, do what I can here. We having fun with it. We're having fun with it. I think I probably will. Oh, I have to reset the computers because an update happened. So that's all right. That's all good. We can definitely cut it short soon. All right. So yes, I'm definitely going to draft my team. A lot of trash talking will be had in this lovely league. We're all friends here. Let me see if I can talk some smack to them right now. Give me a sec. There you go. I smack talk them right now. All right. So yeah. Other than that, is anything else going on with people today? Oh, I made some great African food recently. I didn't realize how many people love that stuff. Jollof rice, some fufu, some well, pounded yam as they call it here in the Western civilization here, and some fried plantain. Mm. And then on top of that, I baked 2 cakes. Not cakes, bread. Yeah, whole wheat bread, and the recipe was cool because it was whole wheat flour, honey, yogurt, um, smashed bananas, baking soda, and what else there? And some salt. And they turned out pretty good. And that's for my daughter Talon's daycare. So yeah, I followed the rest. They were asking if I just bought the bread. I said, no, I took the time and I baked it. I like it. And I use my silicone trays, which are great. And those are a godsend. I love them. I made muffins with Talon, blueberry muffins with the mini muffins in the tray. Again, easy to clean, no oil needed, and it's out the door. Boom. So I loved it. So yeah, that was fun times. So I'm definitely be going to I'm going to be cooking or baking some more. I think the next recipe someone has told me to bake, and of course it's my good friend Josh who gave me this lovely idea, is apple protein muffins. Apple protein muffins. And hopefully they will turn out great. I will try that in the next week or so. We'll see how it goes. And I have this newfound love of cooking. Of course, if you're cooking with someone, it definitely helps too. Makes it more entertaining and makes it more um, of an accomplishment, and not just you just slaving away on over a stove, but you actually enjoying. You want some fufu and jollof? Hey, Leslie, I can definitely send you some jollof and the fufu. That's not a problem. I'll 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 vacuum seal it, send you some, or I can just send you the recipe because I know you can cook. Leslie, you can cook, so you know, do your thing. I know you can cook. I love cooking. I mean, I haven't cooked like that in I guess 6 years because I remember the time six, five, 5 years because I made that for Talon's mom's family Thanksgiving, and it was amazing because they all loved it. I thought it would be too spicy. I put in I think 3 or 4 Scotch bonnet peppers, but people were loving it, and I was shocked. Um, and and I've done a few things before. I made a cake, a chocolate. What was it? A sorry, yes, an Oreo an Oreo cake. So it had vanilla and Oreo cookie crumbled middle with vanilla and chocolate in the cake with half or crushed Oreos on the top. It was great. So that's what I do when I'm in a great mood, and I haven't been in a great mood for a while until now. And now we're cooking. So I think next is egusi. That's what's next. I think I'm going to be killing the egusi soon. Yes. Any other dishes you know that want me to cook, I will try and cook them. And if you want, I can definitely film doing it and do a tutorial. I think one of my buddies, Raz, who's in England, uh, he was a jollof rice hater because he thinks Ghana jollof rice is the best, and we know that's not true. It's Nigerian jollof. I'm just saying, Nigerian jollof rice is the truth. So, um, don't at me at that because everybody knows that. They even announced it during a basketball game featuring a Nigerian team against some other team, and the commentator, who is a white man, says, "You know what? Just want to tell you, Nigerian jollof is the real and only jollof. Don't challenge it. Don't put anything in it. Don't change it up. Nigerian jollof wins. All right. Don't at me at it again. Just letting you know. Okay. Um, I'm just going off topic. I mean, I was going to talk sports, and I'm here talking about jollof rice and stuff. So yeah. Other than that, we good. We good. Yep. Once you go Nigerian jollof rice, you never go back. I'm just saying. People who know. All right. People who know. That's all I'm going to say. Nigerian jollof rice is the truth. And then with the stew, and I didn't realize like I have all these lovely, I guess, appliances and stuff like that. I didn't realize how much they can enhance your cooking. Uh, so I bought some goat, and it takes about it's frozen right when I got it, and I thought it was going to take a long time to do it, but I'm like, hey, I have an instant pot that is pretty much a pressure cooker, and it can make that in half the cost, half the time. I'm like, okay. We did that, put in there, put it in the stew. Man, fall off the bone goat in minutes. Like it cut cooking time in half. And I was like, yeah, I am I am not ever going to part with my instant pot. It's amazing. I mean, I was actually going to make the rice in the pot, but I'm like, no, I wanted to show my lovely guests how to cook it old school with the pots out there. I even use a big silver big pot that the African moms used to use at the parties. Yeah, I had one of those in there. My dad got it to me when I first moved to Winnipeg. That was probably the first gift he got me when I moved here. He actually was in Winnipeg when I was uh, when I first moved here to see if I settle, and he got me a set of pots, pans, and a 10 pack of Irish Spring soap. Yo, no word of a lie. Irish Spring soap. Boom. That was a soap of champions. All right, that was soap of champions. Yeah. Just off the cuff here. Just going. Anything else? Anybody else got anything to talk about? Let me know. A lot of things going on in the world, but I don't know. I don't try. I can't keep up. There's so much things going on that I don't know what to talk about sometimes. Um, definitely nonstop cooking at those parties. I mean, when it comes to parties back in the 80s and 90s, man, all you had to do was rent a hall that had a kitchen, and the aunties would be there cooking up a storm constantly. Like they'd come from home and bring their stuff, but because the food is that good, it's gonna go. You got to be on the fly, making more, always making more. So Um, it was amazing back in the day. We need those old school parties back again. I haven't been out to a Nigerian party in ages. I don't go out, period, but I don't know why. But I'm gonna probably change that. Get back into the culture, have fun with people, and enjoy people's company again. Maybe bring talent out there and enjoy some of the old school music that I used to dance to, which I've been playing often because it's a great uplifting style of music. So yeah. Anyways, I'm going to take the last bit of the 9 minutes of this pre-draft countdown to go prepare for my draft. If you guys have anything you want to talk about on stream, on the show, give me a message and I will definitely talk about it. A shout out to my friend Andrea Watkins, her amazing, talented daughter Bella is the first black lead dancer in the upcoming Nutcracker ballet show for the Royal Winnipeg Ballet Company there. So shout outs to her for sure. I've seen her perform in videos. I haven't seen it live, so I'd love to see that live. So when I get a chance, I'll probably get myself some tickets and go support her because she is an amazing talent. And for her to be the first in the longest time to be a lead there, that's very impressive. That young star is going somewhere for sure. All right. Other than that, I think that's it. Nothing really else to talk about. I'm gonna just chill out and prep for this draft. And again, hit me up anytime. Like I said, recipes of any type, I'll try, and I'll even make videos about this stuff and put it on my YouTube channel. See how I can accomplish or fail in these lovely challenges and have fun with it, and even may have Talon in the mix. Talon was in the mix when she was making those muffins. She was mixing and throwing in blueberries when she could, and licking the batter as well. That girl is a handful. But anyways, we'll talk about her when she's here, and she'll actually join me one day, probably. But yeah, that's it. That's all. You guys have an amazing evening. Hopefully, I can definitely do this again soon. And I guess Beast out. Don't forget, each one, each one, teach one. Right? That's my slogan. That's my motto for the rest of the year and onwards. Because everyone can definitely teach each other something new. All right. With that being said, good night, folks.